Alright, let's go ahead and do part 9, act 9. Here's the skill tree at the start of it. And yeah, we need to get some more strength so we can actually use that new armor that we bought. But yeah, this armor, it does require quite a bit of strength, but it will be worth it. So in this act, to actually exit, we're going to go up to the top. Soon he's going to tell us we can do a quest. But it's not important to actually talk to any of the NPCs. I just see the exclamation mark and instantly my brain is like, click on it. So let's go ahead and get to the next zone. Alright. Just get the supply hoist and just keep on going down. Hopefully we'll find something at some point that just has 4 strength. That's all I need. But in these areas they descent. There's nothing that we need to get until the very end. We'll go to the desert. Ideally, I think one of the easiest ways to get extra strength is probably just to swap amulets. Ooh, something did good damage to me. Once we get that Duress Defiance, man, it will be super strong. Alright, so in this area, we're going to actually look for a couple different things.
I'm not up to that just yet.
There's a little storm somewhere around here. We get a nice reward. Get the crafting recipe. So over here, you do want to get the waypoint. So the name of the waypoint that you want is the Vasiri Desert. Okay, grab this waypoint as we're going to be using it later. It's going to require us to go back. I think there's an area over here we get the storm. It's called the Bottled Storm. Here it is. Ooh, something did big damage right there. Maybe it's upgrade boots. And if you need currency, we'll talk more about how do you get currency in the game. Honestly, just getting to the end game is kind of like the most important thing. It's going to expedite things. So we can deliver the Stormblade for the next part of a quest. And we're just going to go basically up from here. So if you come across these like syndicate things, it's a mechanic where we'll maybe talk about it a little bit later. This is a league mechanic. So we'll go to the foothills, as the other area is going to be locked off, so you can only go in this direction. And I don't think we've done any of these on this one. Let's see if it's like worth doing. Oh, there's a shrine over here. Let's grab that for sure. Nameless something. Did it do anything? Is something gonna come by, or this could be a different quest. Dang, our shrine's gonna be wearing off pretty soon. Well, that one wasn't very good. I think maybe you really are encouraged to follow like the trails. Oh, we can keep our shrine out of there. Looks really good. That means that the goal will be even stronger, which is an item that we may get later on. and go to the boiling lake over here. So what we're looking at to get out of the boiling lake is a very specific item to get the Basilisk's acid. That's going to be found over here. Looks like a giant chicken. And this chicken actually has a mechanic where you actually don't want to stare at it. Like, you want your character not to stare at it. Because if you do, he'll turn you into stone. It's like Medusa. Oh, we had a 2,000% experience buff? Oh, I didn't notice it. Thank you for letting me know, Vinny. So yeah, this is the monster. So it's only when he does this little stare look at you. Like that. When he does that, you don't want to look at him. He froze my artillery ballista, but fine, it's not that big a deal. Cool. Someone wants to buy something. So what we're going to do is we're going to have right click on him and say invite to party. Grab the Basilisk acid, and I need to go back anyway, so it's perfect timing. See if these boots are good. Now we're going to go to his hideout. Go to the stash. What's this? Okay. Right click on his name, go to trade. And then throw it in here. He's going to give me the one Chaos Orb, and then we're good. And then back to our Act 9. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the foothills. I'll do this so you can see. So we just went to the boiling lake. You don't need that waypoint. You're just getting the Basilisk acid. That's all you need from that area. Okay. I'm picking up these boots, and hopefully we can find some rings. This gives plus to strength. I just need 4. It shouldn't be that rare. It has to have movement speed too, though. Nope. Alright. Yellow Wisp gives you more currencies, the other gives you quality and impound. Quantity and powers. Oh, I want to empower the maps. For me, sometimes I see like one path. This boss will drop like a quest item. I don't think it's required though. Calendar, fortune. Going to the next zone. Where is the exit? There it is. The tunnel? The tunnel. So in the tunnel, there's a Trial of Ascendancy.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Yeah, I don't really care too much about empowering the maps. I'd rather just get to the endgame map system. I'm not really going to engage in the setup for the extra next bonus for the ascendancy for like the Wildwood until we get to maps. And the reason why I'd rather just wait till I get to maps is I feel like you can get probably more of like the currency. And also like you get way better rewards overall. Hopefully we can get to the trial and I won't have to walk backwards. Let's see. So yeah, the Trial of Ascendancy is here. That guy's extra tanky. What I should look for is extra sockets in my gear. In fact, we could do that. We can swap off running artillery. But like artillery is still pretty good. Ideally, if we get like, we can add some extra sockets to that. So this is where the tunnel ends. We just got a unique item. What is it? Ligros. Is it worth anything? Let's find out. 1 alch, basically, that means no. We can sell it to the vendor, but it's a waste of space at this point. So I think we gotta go to the left. It's probably where the Trial of Ascendancy is. And then, what's nice is we'll go back via the waypoint.
Fear gnaws at the entrails of the faithful and the faithless alike. Fear of the unknown. fear of the future. An empire requires leadership that can assuage those fears.
There we go.
An emperor must
Go.
bear
The last
two
one is in the
blades.
very last
Hope
act.
in the left hand.
And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back. We can get some of the quest rewards, so I declutter my inventory.
You did it.
So we got the Stormblade. Let's see if we get anything good off this. Respec points for the calendar.
See you.
I warm nights.
You have been well.
We get the Storm Bottle.
Good luck.
Good for later. It's another part of the quest item. Alright. Let's see what we get with this. So we have life, and we have 2 different damages. We'll see if this one's better. So we'll go to offense. What does this one have for life? 47 compared to 57. But let's see how much. We gain a small DPS increase with this one. Now this one also gives us 4 mana per enemy killed, so I'd have to think about that too. This one also gives us dexterity, which I mean I don't really need, but it's fine. I just want to get rid of some stuff. All right, we have another skill point, so let's get that first strength node, and then we're gonna be super close. So we're gonna go level up these, because I have the strength now to actually upgrade them. Hello, Domino. Yo, PoE. Yes, PoE indeed. How's your league start going? Are you at maps yet? We've got Act 9 and 10. And Act 8 is pretty short. 8 and 9, I would say, are both pretty short. So we do want to get the quarry waypoint.
I'm not up to that just yet.
So we're going to go from the quarry to the refinery. Actually, you know what? I need to get the waypoint here first because it'll make things faster later.
Poor corrupted creature.
So what we're looking for is a boss.
Yes.
2 different bosses here. Was it Tujin? That's standard. I was hoping it was Tujin. It's the only one I like doing. Alright, well, the waypoint I believe is usually in the middle. Let's see if we can get to the waypoint. So we don't have to walk all the way back again. Yep, there it is. So we got the waypoint here, and then we'll kill the boss. Then we can use the bottle and go into an area that was locked off previously with the storm bottle. Alright, so we got the Shrine of the Winds. Does it even tell you what the objective is? So sometimes with PoE, there's like so many things where like you just have to know. Like this area right here, it's locked and you don't know why. But this is a boss.
My mana is gone.
We're taking some damage now. Already halfway gone. So with this boss fight, there's a couple like tornadoes, you just don't stand in them. She could also go invisible, but you can still kind of see the outlines of her. It's almost like we played StarCraft with the cloak in there. Okay, then we get the Storm Feather. And we're done with this area, so we can get our reward. And then we can actually go to a different area as well. So we'll get our reward.
Not
Oh, there we go. Get that thing done. Get another skill point. And we were going to get this extra strength node. Then now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Vastri Desert again. And we're going to try to go up and to the right. And there should be an area that's like locked off. But this area will now be accessible because we have the
I'm not
Bottled
up to
Storm.
that just yet.
There we go. We're going to enter the Oasis. And then now that Bottled Storm is gone. It's just to kill a boss. It's actually a really cool boss. It's a scorpion. Oh. That wasn't the area. It's for like the Syndicate, which is another mechanic which we'll talk about later. It's not super important now. Okay, we should probably look into running Mark on hit support. It'll actually make our speed much faster. But I'll throw it in the Duressler's Defiance, the other armor. And we're kind of starved for like gem space because we're running that thing where if we have nothing socketed in, we get that additional bonus. 30% movement speed, which I actually think is super worth it. So there's a desert hideout there. Here's what we're looking for, the Sand Pit. Really cool looking boss. There's like a girl at the end of the scorpion's tail. Oh, hello. You quit because you keep on dying? Ah. Well, to answer your question, I have a build guide on my channel. So if you want to go, just go to my like YouTube channel. And same exact username on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. And what you want to do is look for the beginner guide for this league, and you'll be able to absolutely face roll the game's content. Like this league has been super easy with this character. So that'll help you out for sure. As far as this boss goes, how this works is actually important to explain. So you fight the boss once, it goes away. Then it does this thing where it goes into these little areas, and basically you have to kind of let it pop up and kind of attack you. Then you go to the next area, it'll pop up and kind of attack you, and you just kind of like drag it to the next zone. So you kind of see where it goes. So it starts off over here, and you just keep on dragging it. And this area has quicksand, so you kind of want to not stand still because you start to sink, as you can see. But eventually you'll get to the next phase of the boss, and don't stand in the areas that look like they're going down, the quicksand areas. It won't instantly kill you, but you'll start to see your character sink, which I think is a cool thing. But this boss is a super easy boss. Really cool looking boss. I think it's one of the coolest looking bosses in the game.
My mana is gone.
Okay. So now that we're done with this, we get an additional skill point, and I need 4 more strength to equip that thing. So we have a couple options to get the extra strength. So we can look for an item that has literally 4 strength somewhere on a piece of gear, which I still haven't gotten yet. Or I could put 10 into strength by just putting it into, well, we have to grab this one first. And then we are just missing, because we need 115, so we need 4 strength somewhere. So where can we get the strength? Let's see. So we have an option of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of skill points. Or I could do 1, 2, 3 and grab that. But that's kind of wasting a bunch of skill points for it. Let's see if we have any other close strength nodes. Looks like they're all far away. So we may have to just put it in skill points here until we get an item. And I plan to go this way anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. But if I can find any more strength, because there's this also gives us a strength one. This is in the way, but that also gives us strength. We could Alternatively, get a jewel that gives us plus 10 strength. That is another option. There's like so many options, but this one I'm pathing. I'm going to grab this one anyway, so that one might be our option here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But remember, there's a bunch of skill point quests, and that will expedite things. So let's go ahead and continue. Now we're going to go back to the quay over here. The quarry. So we're going to go to the quarry, and we are going to go to the top right. I mean, it could be random, but we're going to the refinery from the quarry. Oh, you're welcome, man. No problem. But yeah, if any of you guys felt ever frustrated with PoE, follow my guide. My guide will get you through everything because it's the full walkthrough. It's not a 20-minute talk about like this is the build, and I give you some like website to look at, and then you play it, and you're like, well, what's going on? Because this is showing you guys every single thing, and I'm gonna make this one a little bit more thorough for the end game, because I had some requests, and I take your guys' feedback in. And one of the things that I had seen is like, well, I want to see how you do more maps, because I basically show you guys how to do one map, and then I'm like, okay, guys, good luck, and because no one's gonna do the same maps, but oops, we don't want that on. So this boss over here, you don't want to stand in like the lightning lasers. They do damage, and they also shock you, which is gonna make you take even more damage. Okay, staying in this is bad. This guy gives you a taste of what like the end game is like with certain bosses. See, you can die pretty fast over there. But if you die, it's not really that big of a deal for him because he puts you right outside. I was actually kind of curious to see if we can really tank him, but he did. Most of the hits, if you're shocked in this game and he hits you, it's gonna be a GG.
My mana is gone.
We gotta make sure we don't get hit by
I'm
him.
not up to that just yet.
So it slows you down too if you're in it. But once you kill him, you're gonna go to the machine and it's gonna drop the powder. And you take the powder to sin.
Science and alchemy again. Such a bad idea.
And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna teleport to the quarry. And another thing that is probably important to mention is we still want to make sure that our accuracy is above our HP. So our accuracy, because this is something to take into consideration. Our Ice Golem actually gives us a bunch of accuracy too. That's why we actually like it. So we have 2,619. Okay, so we're like really close. So there's going to come to a point where we're going to swap off of this and we don't even need to manage it. But that is something to consider because remember, as long as our accuracy is higher, we're going to have 40% more damage. That's a big, big, big number. We don't want to be losing out on that. If at any point we have more than 2,600, we need to get more accuracy for our character.
One gigantic corpse.
Because every time we level up, our character has more HP. So now we're in the belly of the beast. And we just leveled up Ice Golem, so that's going to be even better. Because the Ice Golem increases our accuracy. It gives us accuracy 27%. And it gives us crit, although crit doesn't do anything for our character now. Come to the final boss of this act. It's not him though. It's just some elite that's over here, so go get him real quick. And hope that he would actually drop something good, but nothing. But we did get a Chaos Orb like 10 seconds ago, so I'm satisfied. So I want to get Asenath's helmet pretty soon. But that helmet is super offensive. It gives us no defense. And our resistances are going to be pretty bad once we get to the endgame maps. Because how it works is once you get to the endgame maps, your resistances, they just give you negative resistances. Just like in Diablo 2. How's our resistances doing right now? We have really bad cold resistance. Ideally, we're going to have all of our resistances maxed out. Including Chaos, but Chaos can come way later. Don't worry about Chaos too much. You might come across a monster that can one-shot you or kill you kind of fast, but to get 75 Chaos res as soon as you're starting maps, it's very unrealistic. getting any gear with chaos resistance is very expensive because people value it a lot higher because it's more rare of a resistance in the game. A good pair of like boots or gloves with high chaos resistance can go upwards in terms of its value. The Warden. So I forgot what it's is it called, like Wildwood. It's the yellow one. That's the one I spec'd into. But that's the one that I would recommend, Cody, in the very beginning. So getting the, what is it called, Barkskin was actually pretty good for leveling. Usually I run a little bit more offensive ores for more damage. So like I've noticed that the damage is a little bit less, but in return you get a lot more survivability. I think it's fine as a beginner. Like, you know, my damage is pretty good right now. You see, 1, 2, anything under like 4 hits is what I would consider pretty acceptable. Like, my build doesn't really have that much high damage, but it has a lot of, like, mobility, so... And on top of that, I have... we need to go to the next area. We have a bunch of movement speed, and we have, like, the little, like, clones. So let's go ahead and keep on going. We're gonna go all the way over there. If we have to go all the way, we'll have to go all the way. So in this area, in the Rotting Core, we're gonna have to kill Shavron, Maligro, and Doedri, which is the bosses that we fought before, but now they've gotten, like, revived. A lot of the bosses in this game, it's like Dragon Ball Z. They're always coming back. They're never permanently dead. They've rebuilt them to become stronger. Brutus is like that, too. Someone always out there reviving, just like in Diablo. Diablo always comes back. Oh, there was something good over there, maybe. Oh, we got a map. If you get any maps, hold on to them. That's what you do for endgame. So in like Diablo, there's like the Nightmare Dungeons. In Path of Exile, the endgame is the maps. So this boss is actually quite hard. I recommend throwing up a portal because when she screams, you might want to pop a potion. Scream does like absurd amounts of damage. See, Scream does lots of damage. And if you ever need to refill your flasks, here's an easy way to do it. You go into town, and you go right back. And my flask is now refilled. Throw up another portal, as it killed my golem. And when my golem is dead, I don't even know if I have the accuracy without him. It's just the scream that becomes hard. She's going to do the scream again. And she's gone. Okay. There we go. Now we go to the next area. Ooh. She had a life flask. Oh, well. So, if you defeat it, the little like thing looks like it's bursted. Like the tentacles will stop moving. But that one's the only one that I would consider a little bit harder. These are pretty easy overall. Tanky. In this area, though, what is it called? The Rotting... Well, it's still part of the Rotting Court. But doing this boss over here, which is Shavra Maligro, it's the middle one. There's like these little purple tornadoes. Don't stand in them. It does damage. It's Maligro. But, yeah, don't stand in it. But Doedri is the only one that I consider a little bit harder. He's already halfway dead and barely even had to do anything. If we ever use a sulfur flask, it creates consecrated ground, which will actually heal us. But for this build, it's only really used for the damage because I don't really need it. Ideally, I'd have an onslaught flask. If I had one, I'd use that over it, but it's fine. We can go get another flask later. You found the middle one. Oh, I think that's the one that you want though, right? It's the one that gives you the bark. I think that that's actually a pretty good thing to get earlier on. Because you can get it pretty early. So, as soon as you find them at like level 1, I'm pretty sure you could just get that, and it's not bad. Whew, that was a big amount of damage. We need to get that spell suppression, but we'll get that after this HP. Or after the strength. May need to get some more accuracy. We still need to get the extra arrow too, but worry about that later. So as far as this one goes, there's just a bunch of projectiles trying to stand in the AoE. When she throws her giant ball, move out of the way. It's a very long wind-up, so the ball is very, very easy to not get hit by. I feel like you have to try to get hit by it, because it's so slow. When she summons the books take a while, but then they're, like I said, you have to try to get hit by it, and I get hit by it anyways. But, this is a pretty easy boss fight. I don't even know, does their HP even reset? No, our HP doesn't even reset, it's pretty easy. Ooh. That's because what's our lining res? Oh, it's 66. Okay. So go back, and then now we go to the final area, the Deprived Trinity. It's like the Devil May Cry boss, where it combines all of the bosses into one. But this is another pretty easy boss fight. So just throw down your totems. Just go to town. Trying to stand on the purple things, they explode, but they don't do that much damage. You can tank them. Ideally not too many though. Oh, very close. There's the giant ball coming. I don't know why that one hasn't like shot out. There we go. I wonder if they've changed this boss fight. I don't remember like this. This boss was pretty easy. Oh, he wants to buy an item, but it's only worth 1 alch. I mean, I'm gonna still sell it to him if he wants it, but like if you're in the middle of a fight and someone wants to buy an item, most of them will understand if you don't respond like that second. Ooh. There we go. We can go invite him. Okay. And make sure you sail to Oriath. If you don't do that, you have to fight the whole entire boss fight again. I did that one time. Alright, so let's go ahead and sell this guy this item. So where's the item? He might teleport towards us. What was our sell tab? What's this item? Oh, it's a big item. Okay, go ahead and give him the item. You do have to mouse over the item to accept it, and then we're gonna go to Oriath. And now we have completed Act 9. So we only have one more act, and then we'll be done. Let's see if we got any strength on any of these. Dang. Unlucky. But it's fine. It's only 10 strength. Alright, actually we only need 4 strength. We'll eventually get it, and if we don't get it, we're going to get it anyways because we will be pathing towards grabbing this, which is going to give us extra life anyways. But that's going to wrap up Part 9, Act 9 of our PoE playthrough, and in the next part, it's going to be the final act, and we will eventually get to the end game very, very soon. But anyways, drop a like on our way out on Part 9, and Part 10 will be up very soon.